There's a student story involving Peter, and it talks about the dietary changes that Peter could make to lower his risk of becoming a diabetic without changing his lifestyle too much. What does consuming probiotics do in terms of aiding and improving certain parts of the body and part of the system in the body, whether it's cardiovascular or immunization or vision, regarding bone health? So what's the advantage of taking a probiotic? What is the serving size that you see on a food label based on? And what is required and not required to be listed on a food label? What determines the equivalency to 1 ounce of a serving in terms of grains? What are the two most important dietary considerations for athletes? If someone is pregnant, which foods should they avoid to reduce the risk of foodborne illness? If someone who has a peanut allergy has difficulty breathing after eating peanuts, what type of condition would this person have? Which foods are least likely to cause an allergic reaction? Nuts, soy, corn, or milk? If someone is a vegetarian, what vitamins and minerals are they probably deficient in or low in as a result of their diet? And someone who's lactose intolerant is best described as what? What is important to know with regards to food additives? If someone's on a budget, but he's or she's concerned about pesticides and wants to buy more organic produce, which foods should someone buy from the organic section based on pesticide absorption? What's the problem with modifying foods genetically? If your body is going to deliver oxygen to your muscles during prolonged physical activity, what is this called as it relates to the heart and lungs effectively delivering that oxygen? What's the primary difference between dynamic and static muscular endurance? And why is flexibility important in terms of decreasing muscle tension, joint pain, and back pain? And what physiological changes are improved as a result of being physically active and exercising? What type of exercise or diet has been shown to be most effective in lowering type 2 diabetes? And what does physical activity reduce the risk of in terms of cancers and other chronic diseases? How does exercise reduce the risk of cancer? What does building muscular strength do in terms of assisting with the prevention or reduce the risk or slow the process down of certain chronic issues that somebody might face? And can it also reduce or lower the risk of falls or back pain? What types of activities can reduce stress levels? What does FITT stand for in terms of either frequency or intensity or time or type or training or being interactive, intensity? What does FITT stand for? What are we talking about with regards to the principle that states your fitness level will decline if you don't maintain physical activity? With regards to cardiorespiratory exercise, what is an important, or what are important components to cardiorespiratory exercise or cardio? If someone in their 20s has a resting heartbeat of 70 beats per minute, what would be their predicted maximum heart rate? If somebody has a maximum heart rate of 180, what would their target heart range have to be? If someone needs to engage in moderate intensity activity, how much should you raise your heart rate in terms of percentages? What's the best way to build muscle? Is it okay to do resistance training on consecutive days? And what type of stretching are we talking about when we're reaching towards our toes while seated with your legs straight out and holding the stretch? What is the importance of core strength? And how can we build core strength through what type of exercises?